Hey guys, iOS Help here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at iOS 14.2. This is my weekly follow-up. Apple released 14.2 about a week after the filming of this video. And of course, I want to share with you guys my thoughts on the software, how some of the latest new features are working so far, and my experience so far, any bugs, any additional changes that I may come across. Now, in these follow-up videos, you guys already know, I also like to talk about the YouTube community poll where you guys provide some feedback on how the software has been working for you so far. So let's just dive right in. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is my experience so far with the whole 5G and network connectivity on iPhone 12. That is one of my complaints with iPhone 12 so far on 14.2. The network has been spotty. Honestly, I'm not seeing those 5G speeds. I'm not sure if that's just my carrier in my region, but I'm not seeing those performance increase as I was hoping. However, with iPhone 12, I do have a worse network performance. I did have an iPhone 11 in the same region here in studios before having iPhone 12, of course, and iPhone 11 actually performed better in terms of network connectivity, call quality, and performance. So I'm not sure if Apple still needs to be tweaking iPhone 12 to perform better with the carriers, but I'm seeing worse network performance overall on iPhone 12, unfortunately. Now, aside from that, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, everything is working just fine in that department. In terms of AirDrop, I did have some issues with AirDrop before the official release of 14.2. Now, if I go to AirDrop something, the device do show up. Prior to that, some devices wouldn't show up, but it was actually the device that I was using that was having the issue, so I would have to reboot. Now on 14.2, AirDrop is working just fine. In terms of performance, like the haptic touch, AirPlay, everything else in between, launching applications, no app crashing or anything like that. In terms of performance, it is buttery smooth. I can't complain at all in terms of that type of performance. Now, in terms of battery, I know you guys always ask, and I am having a full battery review for most devices. Let me know in the comments down below which device you would like for me to test. I'm hoping to test as many as possible. But with iPhone 12 and 14.2, I'm getting anywhere from 6 to sometimes 6.5, maybe 7 hours of on-screen time, getting through the entire day with no issues on 14.2. So that's great as well, obviously. Now, anything in terms of some of the new features, like the new intercom feature for the home, that seems to be working just fine. So if you use the new intercom feature, that's working perfectly fine. As I mentioned, the AirPlay and AirDrop menus, everything is working as expected. Now, in regards to the YouTube community poll, there's a few things you guys did mention, so let's go over that here. Now, the question, of course, is how is iOS 14.2 working for you so far? And a 63% of you guys, that's actually a really high percentage. 63% of you guys are having an awesome experience so far. Now, when 18% of you guys say it's okay, but there's still some bugs. I kind of fall into that category as well, because as I mentioned, the network performance issues is one of those things that I've encountered issues with, and not good of 4%. So 4% of you guys, that's up a 1% from previous OS, are having a not so good experience, and 15% of you guys are just simply not running 14.2. So let's take a look here at some of the most popular comments, and you can always come back to these YouTube community poll, which I post weekly, so you can see what other users are experiencing and maybe express your thoughts and vote as well. So iPhone XS performance is great, just like iOS 14.1. No not experiencing any lag or any bugs here, and the battery life, it's a bit worse. So for this user, the battery is slightly worse on 14.2 than it was with 14.1, and the only bug that they can report here is that the widget for the clock is simply just not working. So overall performance is great, battery slightly decreasing in performance, and the clock widget just isn't working for those users that voted for that comment. Now, since iOS 14.1, haven't had any issues on the OS, so that's obviously a great news to see that, because 7% of you guys had voted that comment, and it looks like some of you guys are having just a good experience overall. Now, please help. This one here is expressing an issue on iPhone where the sound, the volume of the iPhone is slightly lower than from 14.1, for example. Now, I've experienced that with outgoing and incoming calls, not so much with videos or anything like that. But as I mentioned, I had network performance issues with iPhone 12, and I've noticed that the volume for outgoing and incoming calls is slightly lower. And one thing that I've experienced is that right in the middle of a call, if I exit the call screen and go to, say, Safari, look something up, and come back into the call, it drops the call completely. So overall, the volume and call quality just hasn't been the greatest upgrade, at least for me and some users on 14.2. But some of you guys just continue to have great performance. As you see here, it's very good. And as I mentioned, it looks like some of you guys are just continuing to report great things here. Working fine on iPhone 8, no problems to report. You can come back to these YouTube community posts. Everybody here just votes, express their thoughts, and it just gives everybody a bigger picture on how everything is working so far. But that is everything I wanted to share with you guys in regards to 14.2. It is a great software, a ton of great features, just minor bugs here and there. Battery is pretty solid, and that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.